Hello everybody, welcome to my newest YouTube video. My name is Orion R and today I'll be doing your weather forecast. And there's a lot to talk about. There's this big, continuous, severe weather pattern that is coming up. Haven't made a video in a while, I'm very sorry about that, but this one will catch up with things. And this is going to be my main big video. Taking a look at the GFS model, which is just a supercomputer trying to interpret the weather, I'm looking at areas of moisture here to see if severe weather can form on those boundaries between dry air and moist air. And what you want to see is moisture values that are in the 50s and 60s for severe weather. As we continue 12 hours out, you clearly see the 50s and 60s here all across the United States, getting up into the 60s, late 60s, and all the way down to Louisiana. It could even reach 70 there. Really, that moisture just continues to be funneled into the United States, creating this massive area of 50-degree dew points. Any along this boundary could be severe weather in many different forms. To take a look at those severe weather forms, take a look at tropical tidbits, showing a 992 millibar area of low pressure. That's pretty high. And you see that area of low pressure track across the entire United States, creating a long stretch of thunderstorms that stretches all the way from southern Texas all the way up into the New England area. Watch the timestamps if you have any confusions about the time. You can clearly see here a massive area of low pressure and a massive system taking control of the United States. With training thunderstorms, I think, let me pause this, in the Illinois area, Indiana, Ohio, and Missouri will receive the highest flooding threats. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But you can clearly see that rainfall, and you can just kind of keep your finger in Illinois. It just continues to fall in Illinois for an extended period of time. When all that weather transitions eastward, you see more of this cold front setup here. There could be discrete storms along this cold front, and those are capable of damaging wind, large hail, and tornadoes, and that'll transition all the way to the Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia area. Today, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted an area of enhanced risk. That's 3 out of 5, and that's going to be the area of Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota. So for an out-the-window forecast, really you could be seeing significant thunderstorm activity in these areas. I would be staying weather aware today. Your tornado threat is confined to a 5% area here between Nebraska and Illinois. That's still pretty high. And a 2% area, which isn't that so high, though you could see a tornado or two. But we have seen some stronger tornadoes in 2% areas in the past. So I would still say weather aware for the tornado aspect of this. Wind aspect is not too far from a 15% going to a 5% here. And that's going to stretch across the central United States. Right there, you can see that route circle, impacting areas like Omaha, West Des Moines, and different areas like that will be impacted by this wind threat. The hail threat, sadly, is the highest, and I hate to say this, but if you're in this red area, chances are you're going to see extreme hail damage to your car. And that hatched area, you can see even larger hail. Hatched, generally on this graphic, means hail that is really, really big. Could get up to baseball size. You have the 50% yellow area, 5% outside of that. Could see some big hailstones in Wisconsin. Just stay weather aware. Looking at day 2, you have an extended high risk. This will likely go enhanced, and that enhanced risk will be back into the Illinois and Missouri area. There's going to be a lot of moisture along this whole thing, so expect multiple tornadoes, lightning, hail, and damaging winds. You can see the cities here that could be impacted. Find your location on this map. Always stay weather aware, even if you're in this light green area here. This light green area is just thunderstorms. Still stay weather aware, but chances are you're not going to see any severe weather in these light green areas. The severe weather threat, however, does not end at on day 4. You do have a 15% area here in the south and southeast. This will likely when we can see the most tornadic thunderstorms, at least I believe. Memphis area here is going to get impacted, as well as Shreveport, Louisiana, and Little Rock, Arkansas. If you live in any of those places, you need to be saying weather aware 4 days from now. Really any day from now, because you're actually in multiple severe weather threats on all these days. It's going to be a very active weather pattern ahead. Taking a look at a more precise forecast, we do see light rain showers here across the Colorado, Wisconsin area. That's going to move into Nebraska later this evening. The hail threat quickly makes itself clear here, with multiple likely supercell thunderstorms developing later in tonight, with a big line of thunderstorms stretching all the way up into Des Moines, Iowa. You could be seeing some intense hailstorms with this. Hail at an extreme size, as well as possible tornadoes here with these storms. But the main threat is hail. If you get in one of these, the hail could be so large that it could be damaging, if not deadly. So you need to stay away from windows if you get under a severe thunderstorm warning today, as these hailstorms will be ridiculous. This is the type of day where hail can become very dangerous very quickly. Taking that forward to 32 hours, you still see these hailstorms rumbling across. This time we're south in Kansas, and you can kind of see those hailstorms today, hailstorms tomorrow, and all that severe weather just pummeling pummeling Oklahoma. If you live in Oklahoma City, here's my message to you. You live in Oklahoma, here's my message to you. There will be intense severe weather, or at least heavy rain for the next couple days, and you need to be watchful of that. Taking a look at the southeast, remains quiet for most of the time until thunderstorms start to rumble off to your east, stretching this outflow boundary through Kentucky. This doesn't affect too many places though. The New England area could also receive impacts here, as you do see a wave of showers and thunderstorms here move through from the east. These will not be strong, they will just be rain. Then after a while, you do see some more convection here in New York. This is where we could get a sprint severe thunderstorm warning or two. This is about 2 to 3 days, where there'll be 50-degree dew points where these storms to feed off of, and you could see some isolated small hail there in New York. Great state of California here, not really dealing with much, just some Sierra snow. Pacific Northwest is going to have a couple good days of nice weather until we get a wave of rain and snow mix here moving through. Seattle will be rain, higher elevations. This will be taking the form of snow. To end the video here with a bang, I'm going to take a final look at these hailstorms with a more accurate short-range model, so that way we can get a really good look at inside these thunderstorms and what they're trying to do. You see a bunch of them here fire off into the Minnesota area. These automatically will be producing hail. As those move off, you see some bigger hailstorms move through Iowa here. Those will make it to Des Moines, likely with extreme hail threats and tornado threats. You see hail here is really the main threat. There's going to be an incredible amount of instability. Now we're going to take a value called vertically integrated liquid. When you see the highest values of these, that's where hail could be occurring. You see those values really bubble up off here near Iowa, also Minnesota. If you get any of these blues here, that's pretty much significant hail. And you see that kind of continue here. Pushing that forward, you see that refire in Oklahoma where you could have some bigger thunderstorms there tomorrow. And then that continues into the next day there for Missouri. Well, that's it. I hope you like, subscribe, comment. I hope you appreciate my videos. And I hope that forecast helped you out with your plannings there. This is an active weather pattern, and I will be making a video tomorrow. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.